Welcome to Tejano Time Podcast, where we celebrate the music, culture, and traditions of Tejano music. Thanks for joining us as we sit down with the biggest names in Tejano music. From legendary artists to rising stars, we will talk about their latest projects, share stories from the road, and maybe dive into history and heritage of Tejano music. So grab your favorite drink, sit back, and enjoy this episode of Tejano Time. Here's your host, Keith Leal.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in right here to another episode of the Tejano Time Podcast. I'm your host, Keith Leal. My co-host up on top, Amanda Cisneros. Welcome back to the show, Amanda.
Thank you. Great to be back.
We got one missing in action, which is Antonio. Antonio V. He's not in on tonight, so hopefully he'll be able to touch bases with us before the end of the show. But if not, it's all good. So, and we got a couple of guys here. We got to welcome to the show as well. We're missing a few in action as well, but we'll get to all that right here. Andrew, RODRIGUEZY, Feroz, and we got some of the guys here from the band with us. Mr. Jose, manager in Bajo Quinto, también Ricky de la Garza. Welcome to Tejano Time, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate you guys taking the time to join us here. As always, every Monday, 8 p.m. To everyone that's watching on Tejano TV as well, thank you so much. If you're watching the live right now, share, guys, okay? Share. And like, follow, and share. There you go. Okay, so let's get started right quick, man. I know Jose probably got more information than we got right now. So we're going to get some details and all that good stuff right now in Feroz. So tell me a little bit about these guys, you got a great group of guys in the band and that are very experienced,
Sure.
that have played, with several groups in the past and whatnot. How did it come about to form Feroz?
Well, obviously, we first want to say that we did know that Andrew was a little ill earlier today. He did go get definitely a steroid shot, so that may have kicked in. So we want to apologize to everyone who's watching who was expecting to see Andrew. And again, he might just pop up again. That steroid might kick in, and then he's all over the screen, But so we apologize for that ahead of time. And really, that's a question for Andrew, but I'll do my best. Andrew, I knew a while back, or I met Andrew a while back when he was singing with the South Texas Homies, which he doesn't want to bring much up about that other than it was a great experience for him, and he appreciates everybody on that team for giving him the opportunity to have to have sung with them and whatnot. From there on, he decided to form his own band, which has been a story of its own, pretty difficult to put everybody together, and it almost seemed for him as every time he got a band member in, and he was acquiring the next guy, the first guy would jump off. And then it was just a domino effect of musicians who were ready to perform, and it just wasn't all set up just yet. Ricky came in, which he'll have his story on that as well. Ricky was in way before I ever was. So yeah, he's got a way more time with Feroz. Yeah. But, I actually was managing my brother, Santiago Garza La Naturaleza, and Andrew and him were really good friends. And so Andrew sort of had talks of needing management, so that's where I came into the picture. Was in the management portion of things. Once Andrew got everybody in line, finally, is when whoever he had set up for Bajo Quinto at that time, also a very experienced musician, had to move on as well. He was ready to work. He's a working musician, so he couldn't really wait any longer. And once things got situated, Andrew's like, I'm really thinking about throwing in the towel, man. Nothing seems to work. Nothing's sticking. I just can't keep the guys. I said, well, you've got Stevan Martinez on the accordion, right? You've got Ricky on the drums. You've got your bass player, Gilbert, set up. You're missing a Bajo Quinto player. I just happen to play Bajo Quinto, so let's not slow down. Let's keep it going. And that's my side of how Feroz got going on, But, of course, Andrew could attest that there's a longer story than that as well.
Right, I'm sure there is. Yes,
yeah.
Dave, that's just to sum it up real quick. You know what I mean? Short story.
The short side,
hey, yeah. Why not? So Ricky de la Garza, drummer, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Yes. So, your side of the story. Give us some inside scoop. You've been with the band longer.
Well, I had played with different bands before, I was actually in the original drummer for La Naturaleza back in the day, and I had like 8-9 years with them, previously, and I've helped, I've been in, I've helped Bad Boys at Valle a couple of gigs and the Crazy Pimps a few times, and I wasn't really playing anymore, so one day my brother calls me, my brother Anthony De La Garza. He's actually the drummer right now for Garcia Brothers.
Okay.
And he called me one day. He said that Andrew had called him, and I didn't even know Andrew at the time, but he said Andrew had called him and was looking for a drummer for a gig that he had, but he was already booked up, so he couldn't do it. He couldn't help him out, so he asked if I wanted to do it and if it was okay if he gave Andrew my phone number to call me, and I said, yeah, sure. I'm not really playing anymore, but let's, I'm open. I'll try it, and
of course.
So Andrew called me right away, and we hit it off right away, and I went and did that first gig with him without no practice, no hearing, no music, no nothing, and it was terrifying, but we got it done, and we made it through the gig, and a couple of weeks after that, I did another gig with him, and then I've done a few gigs with him, since I've known Andrew, and we're just trying to get this thing on the road, man, and trying to bring people some good music. We got one of the best accordion players out there, to back us up. So, we're hoping to make some noise, and and hopefully everybody enjoys it.
Yep. And for those of you out there that are watching right now, if you have not heard their music, stick around, because we're going to have a video and we're going to play that, and we got an audio song as well that we're going to be playing here in just a few minutes también. So stick around, guys. You guys need to check this music out because it is legit, man. It's some great stuff. So stick around as well. Amanda, do you have anything for us?
I do. I do. I have tons of questions. And there may be some questions that you kind of touch base that y'all might not be able to answer, but at least you can give us bits and pieces.
Sure.
You had mentioned that, I guess with this band, band members would come, band members would go, and then people stepped in, people stepped out. Has that been the most challenging part of this Andrew Rodriguez y El Perros? Or what would you say, in y'all's opinion, Ricky and Jose, would have been the most challenging part for you, for this band?
I'm gonna, I guess, step in and answer for Andrew because I've seen the guy's stress level. Yes, that has been the most challenging part for him. Has been, it's always been. Andrew keeps his word. Andrew's a really good guy. If he says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. It's just a matter of time, and the way that I've understood things, in my life here, being 49 years old, is that it doesn't work on our time. It doesn't work that way. It's going to work out when it's supposed to work out.
Yeah.
But then again, I also understand, the musician life that we live in. Some of us do this, as a living. That's what we're doing. So if the band's not ready to take off, and the other band is ready to take off, well, you're going to jump on that horse and you got to hit that road and, take care of your family and do what you got to do. It has been the most challenging thing for Andrew. He has stuck it through. We were actually in the studio a couple of weeks ago recording his second album. So good for him that he has stuck to it, because it's starting to work out for the guy.
Awesome.
I think that's like a theme with so far the artists that I've interviewed is always, you have to stick it through. You can't stop. You're setting the foundation, and you can't just, we're going to just go halfway and then be done with it. I think that's the standard with a lot of the artists, is it's just not giving up.
Not giving up. And to be honest with you, I mean, this is something that you have to dedicate your life to. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. And whenever somebody says that they are overnight success or not, well, I mean, sure, but those are just steps to getting to where you want to be. Long term is, I mean, it's endless. It's forever. I mean, let's talk about Tejano Roots inductees, Mr. Keith Leal over here.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. You've been in this business forever too, and you probably deserved this 10 years ago, but it takes time to accumulate that, the accolades and everything to be considered, and then the eyes are on you and you're being watched, and it's like, he's had it this whole time, but we're just going to make him wait a little bit more for it and really earn it, and then it's given. I mean, that's the same with the music. We wish that our schedule was Thursday through Sunday, but we're not at that popularity level yet. And I think the conversation I always have is, sure, Ricky's played 15 years plus, maybe 20 years plus. Same here. Esteban with the Hometown Boys and all the recordings that he had as the Hometown Boys. When you narrow it down to Feroz, we're the new kid on the block. And we're having to fight for our opportunity to be able to show that we do know what we're doing. We have the experience. The name just isn't as familiar as it should be just yet. But as the manager, that's my job, and that's what I'm hustling over here.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
Sure. So,
Right.
so maybe either you or Ricky might know or give us some scoop on the name Feroz. Give me some of that backstory on that. Anybody know how that came up?
Well, all I know is he's he wanted something to stand alone. You know what I mean? And the name, he's told me this before. Feroz. It stands alone. He said, like, when you have say an intocable or a signo, it's just one word.
Right.
And he wanted it to stand alone, and and they got their logo. We got our logo. It's the lion. So we just that's all I've known about it. That's all he's told me about it. And I mean, I like it. I like the logo. I like what it stands for. You know what I mean? And that's all I know about it. I don't want to jump in there. I'll say, I don't know.
No, but that sums it up right there. I mean, just a name that stands alone. You don't want 3 words in a name, to make it too long. I get it, where he just wants a quick name, I mean, just like anything anything with la or anything with los, he just wants a name, a quick, and it works. It's catchy, it's there, Feroz, so, you be on the lookout for that. And it's with 1 Z, just to be exact, guys.
Yeah, he chose just the 1 Z.
1 Z, yeah. So definitely out there for those of you that are watching. We do have music that we're going to get to here in just a few more minutes, but I know Amanda's got another question for you guys here before we do that.
Yes, absolutely. So Ricky, you mentioned you're making a sound. You're trying to be different. You're getting your music and you want to be different from, whatever else is going on. What makes your sound unique? What do you think, in your opinion, what makes your sound unique?
What makes our sound unique? Everybody has their way of thinking about music, and I think our sound is it. Well, let me go back, because everything, it may not be. People are gonna say, "Well, you sound like this. You sound like this." But in actuality, it doesn't, because we're different people than a certain band that might play the same songs, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, people are gonna, and I'm just gonna throw it out there. They're gonna say, "Oh, well, y'all might sound like Hometown Boys or whatever it is," and and I go back and I say, "No, we don't. I mean, we're the Hometown Boys are that, like, just like our name. They stand alone. Their name is in the it's in the classics of all. One of the best bands of all time, Tejano music. Us. We're just getting started, and we're we want to be there, and that's where I think our music is different, because we're gonna hustle, we're gonna try hard, and we're hungry. We're all hungry. Like you said, we've been in the game for years, all of us individually, and I think together we want to make our sound big. We want to make a big sound, and we want to get out there and show people what we have, and we're just looking for the opportunities that to come at us, at this time, and we hope we get that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Touching on what Rick just said, I completely agree with him. As an individual, not, let's say, as Feroz, but as an individual, I played music, growing up. My dad taught us. We were all a 4-piece conjunto band in my dad's band, and I was stuck on bass, and I didn't want to be in the back on the bass. So I wanted to learn bajo, but you couldn't, because my dad was already not just our father, but the bajo player of the band, and that's the end of it. You have no say, so that's it. So you take what you learn and you start venturing out, and somehow you take a piece of that, and then you join another band to cut a paycheck, and you have learn a certain set list for them. So now you're not just learning the set list, but you're learning another style of music, and you start absorbing so many that even though if you think you're playing what sounds like a Ramon Ayala song, it doesn't sound like Ramon Ayala. It might be the same instrument, but it's sounding completely different because of the feel that you individually are putting into it. So I agree with Rick when, sure, I think the Feroz, all of us found a common interest, which is the hometown boys. But I think, actually, I know for a fact that as we continue to grow and we continue to add our own aspects and our own individual style of playing, the sound will evolve and the sound will change.
And I think that's what we're going for. I think, we're looking to throw some different types of music out there, in the future. Maybe some cumbias or just switch it up. That way we don't get stuck in this same old just rancheras.
We got to evolve, right?
Yeah, we got to evolve, and I think that's the best thing. And that's how Tejano music is going to get back to where it was. Everybody's got to chip in and help each other out, and and you see it now because everybody's doing all these collabs with each other and doing different styles of music, and I think that's great for the industry.
Yeah. So what challenges have you guys faced, over the past couple of years, should I say? I mean, you guys have been with different groups in the past and whatnot, but in the conjunto music scene, and how did you overcome those challenges?
For me, I'll take the question first. Is there's a lot for me individually as the instrument that I play. There's some monsters out there in the conjunto industry, monsters, and we'll use the term bajo players who play correctly. You playing those bass strings and the positioning and everything and keeping it basic, and it sounds so smooth and so clean. And then other bajo players who play it with a little more jazz, a little more feel. Like if you're gonna play with Don and Mauricio, you better know your chops on that bajo. You can't just play straight timing on that. I think the challenge for me has been wanting to be associated and part of all these musicians. I don't fit that market of music when I play the bajo quinto, which makes it a little difficult. Is it wrong? I don't think it's wrong. I think that, again, you start to realize that you don't fit in. The challenge is you don't fit in with certain groups, certain bands, certain genres, but you find your own niche. And once you find that group of guys that accept you for who you are, I think it's endless.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Me,
well said.
I don't always, my biggest challenge has been about the same. I'm trying to keep up with some of these monster musicians that are out there. I'm far from the best drummer out there right now, but I've played for years. I've got compliments from some of the best out there, and that helps me because it lets me know that they respect me just as much as I respect them. And that the challenges for me are just I come from a musical family also, just like Jose. So challenges for me are just, whenever I put something out, like if I'm playing somewhere or if I record a CD, letting my family hear it, it's, they're always going to critique it, and it's not always good, especially with my family. The De La Garza name's known in the industry. I have my cousin David's playing with La Mafia. I played for him for over 30 years. And, my uncle Mondo, he was the guitar player for David Lee Garza for years, and he cracked out the hits with Jay and all them, and so and then my dad actually played with a lot of old school like Sonny Ozuna and Jimmy Edwards and all them guys, and then my my brother, he played with a lot of groups also. My brother Anthony, he was with AJ for a lot of years, 7-8 years I think. And now he's back with the Garcia brothers, and he's a working musician, so he's with he chose to go back to Garcia brothers because they were working a little more. But that's my biggest challenge is trying to keep up, not just with other musicians, but just my family is. I gotta live up to the name because Garza names, it's known out there, so that's the challenge for me.
Quite a few people out there in your family, have been out there in the business for some time. And just like Jose, the challenge is there, and he comes from a musical family as well. And your pops are going to tell you something if it ain't right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Santiago's going to say, "Well, I would have done this, but it sounds good. It sounds."
And I've played with Santiago for years, like I said, and I can see him, he is like that. He's very technical when it comes to stuff like that. What chords you hit on the ball. And I only play drums, so I didn't hear it really that much. But I've heard him, get on, Jose, and his other musicians. But I mean, that's what makes you better, I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hey, well, I think the struggle is going to be now, Keith, is so when you got inducted just this year, Tejano Roots, like we were talking earlier, my brother and my dad were both inducted the same night that you were. Hey, man, so now there's a new struggle for me. Now I got to live up to that as well, man. So.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Give me another 30 years, man. I'll be there.
Let's do 29. Let's do 29, right?
I used to walk into my grandma's house, and she had my uncle's gold record hanging on the wall. So, I had to live up to that. And then
no pressure.
Yeah, and my cousin David, like I said, has been with Mafia. He's holding all these Grammys, and it's like, I mean, that would be the dream to, get one of those. But, I'm still young. We can see if it's in the future.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm going to send some shout outs right quick. We got some people out there, Mr. Let's see, we got ACL Productions in the house as well.
Yeah, Alejandro, what's up, brother?
Luis Garcia says, what's up, Ricky de la Garza, Amanda, and Jose? Saludos.
Luis.
Hello.
And he forgot about me. Saludos, Keith. Thank you, Luis.
Better late than never, brother.
Right. Great band, Marisa Rodriguez says.
Thank you.
Marisa, thank you.
And we also got Yolanda Gonzalez Aldaco. She's over, I think, over in the Midwest up there north. Saludos, Keith, Amanda, Ricky, and Jose. Tuned in.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
David Vela says, hello, Keith, Amanda, Ricky, and Jose. We're in
Hello, Mr. David.
Oakland, nice.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, David Vela. Yes, sir. Nice to see you on here. Yes.
Great guy. He's always, catching some shows and whatnot here. So thank you, David. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for taking the time. Always. And Yolanda had something to say here about the song Different Vibe. I guess we were talking about something earlier. I missed that. So, not sure what we were talking about, but the same song, A Different Vibe, basically saying, I think going back to what Anthony was talking about, you don't sound like, she's over in Lansing, Michigan. There you go, Yolanda.
Gotcha, Lansing.
Yes, yeah. So what he, based on what he was talking about, you can sound like this, but we're not that. Same vibe, but different band, whatnot. So
sure,
definitely, for sure.
Sure.
No doubt about that. So you guys are working on a new single that's going to be out next month, right? Or it's already pretty much wrapped up, but they're going to have a release date for next month in March sometime. But we still have some music for you that's current. It's just was released too long ago. Tell me a little bit about the video that we're about to check out for everybody that's watching out there, El Rey.
El Rey. Okay, so El Rey, I think what it ends up coming down to is he's going to be the king no matter what, whether he had that queen next to him the entire time, throughout the relationship till death do you part, or things didn't work out and she wasn't such a princess after all. No matter what, he's going to live through it, and he's still going to be the king at the end of the day, with or without you.
There you go. And check it out, everybody that's watching on Tejano TV. Thank you so much, everybody on YouTube, and everyone on our Facebook page as well, Tejano Time Podcast. Thank you so much. And share the live, guys. We'll be right back here in a few short minutes. Check out their latest single that's out right now, El Rey. I know there's another one, but we're going to get to that one here in just a few more minutes.
tendrás que llorar. Dirás que no me quisiste, pero vas a estar muy triste y así te me vas a quedar. Con dinero, sin dinero, yo hago siempre lo que quiero. Y mi palabra es la ley. No tengo trono ni reina, ni nadie que me comprenda, pero sigo siendo el rey.
All right, guys. That was
There
it
it
right
is.
there. El Rey. That was the video. And, had to give a shout out to all the credits right there, right? Why not? So for sure, man. Hey, but check this out. I definitely want to say that I want to send a shout out to everybody that's watching over on our Facebook channel. But Mr. Let's see, we got. But Stefan is on there right now. He's watching. So Stefan,
What the heck?
yes, Stefan
Come on,
Martinez
come on.
is tuned in. Veronica Jimenez también. Pedencio Garcia, David Vela, of course, still watching. Thank you, Marianne, Jojo, Joe, and we also got. Let's see here. Big shout out to Danny Noyola over in Corpus Christi. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Welcome. Yes. Thank you.
Angel Flores from LA Sounds is in the house as well. That's tuned in.
Awesome.
And we also got Leonard Moreno también tuned in. Thank you so much, Leonard. Dina Madrid. Thank you. Lalo Valderas Diaz. Appreciate you. Anna Martinez is watching as well. So, yeah, saludos to everybody out there that's tuned in.
Yeah.
Yolanda liked the song as well.
Cool. Yeah, there's the little, is that the clapping?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Sabrina Hernandez says hello. Saludos.
Hello, Sabrina.
Hello.
There's Mr. Angel Flores right
There's
there.
Angel Flores right there.
Yes.
Angel, hello, Angel.
Yes. So everybody out there that's tuned into the show, thank you so much. Share the live, guys, right now. We want to touch bases right quick again with Mr. Jose on Andrew. Wasn't able to make the show tonight. He's been feeling under the weather for the past few days now. I know he's had some interviews in the past week or so, and he's been pretty tied up with a lot of things. And you can get stressed out and sick pretty much if you don't get your rest.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So he's
He's lying. He's lying.
No, he actually did pop in early on before the show prior, so I'm not sure.
I think he tried to log in and then he just passed out, man. And it didn't.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was. Yeah.
Steroid shot.
You're
It'll
mad
happen.
at
I'm just joking.
No, he's been working quite a bit, and they've I mean, if anybody's schedule gets messed with, it can throw you off. So last week he was somewhere in Kentucky, so he went from moderate weather here in Texas or Dallas area to Kentucky, and it was just driving in snow and whatnot. So it definitely affected him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Let
what I
him
was going to
slide.
ask a question on that. The band itself, Feroz.
Yes.
Home base for the band itself is out of Dallas.
We're going to say yes, because that's where Andrew's located, in Dallas. You've got Esteban Martinez, the accordion player, who's up in we're going to say the Lubbock area. I'm not sure of the town he's from, but he's closer to Lubbock. So you got Dallas, Lubbock, and then you come down south and you've got Gilbert Rodriguez, the bass player in San Antonio. You keep coming further south and you end up in Poth, Texas, where Ricky's from. And then you come a little bit further into Kennedy, and that's where I'm located.
That's where you're at.
So
Okay.
if the three of us aren't going up north, the other two are coming down south. But we make it happen, whatever it takes.
I'm originally from Seguin, though. That's my
My
that's
bad.
my hometown. I'm gonna say I'm from Seguin because that's where I'm from. But I've been living in Poth for the past, I want to say, 15 years.
Okay.
16 years.
He just wanted to give his street credit there. Seguin.
Yeah, I guess Seguin. Shout out Seguin, Con City. But yeah, I've been in Post for about 15 years, and this is where my wife's from. So, I made the move down here, and it's nice country living, man.
That'll work.
Yeah.
And I believe Anthony's on as well. Anthony De La Garza is watching, so he's tuned in también.
What up, bro?
What's up, Anthony?
Bobby Pena is watching as well, and also John J. Martinez Sr. is tuned into the show. So
John J. from Arizona.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
We got also Anna Martinez says, "What's up, fellas?" from Tucson, Arizona as well.
How's it going,
Nice.
Tucson?
There he is, right there.
There you go. Yeah, they were having a big celebration this past weekend for their son, Johnny J Jr. So they were having a good time this weekend.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, they were jamming out.
Good deal. Appreciate you guys tuning into the show here to check these guys out as well. So let's talk a little bit more about upcoming projects you guys are working on. Now, music-wise, we know we just heard El Rey. We got another song here that we're going to get to in just a few more minutes, which is Hermoso Cariño. Is that the follow-up from El Rey?
Yes, so I believe first Ya Lo Sé was the first single to come off of that first album, which has carried Feroz for quite a bit, leading up to where we are now in 2025. But it was actually a 2024 album, or I'm sorry, EP that was released. So it carried the band quite a ways. And then El Rey was released right before the end of 2024 with the music video, which was put together for the Tejano Mundial Awards as the homenaje song.
All right.
But there's rules and everything in there that didn't allow it to be qualified, but that's completely understood. Me being a member for Tejano Mundial, I completely understand. So I'm happy with whatever decisions there's being made.
And if you weren't, then it'd be a different story, right?
Then it'd be a completely different story. It was by the books, so you got to deal with that. And then, and of course, Hermoso Cariño was one of the last ones to be released to keep things going, just because of the slight delays that we've had because of the compilement of musicians. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, the album is just about complete for this year, for 2025. We're just waiting on Andrew's vocals, but since he continues to have these illnesses because of the cold weather, the traveling, the whole bit, it's just caused a few delays. But I mean, by March, that release will be ready. The single will be ready.
Cool. That's what we'll be looking for sure.
Yeah.
So be looking out for that, guys, out there, and it'll be hitting all platforms and whatnot, radio as well. So be on the lookout for the new single soon.
Absolutely.
But right now, you can enjoy the rest of what they have out right now. And might I add, their music right now is available on all streaming platforms. Again, you can go out there and add it to your playlist as well. Go out there and search Feroz, and that's with 1Z, guys. All right, so you want to make sure you put that, and check out their music and add it to your playlist, guys. Some great stuff out there. Some great dancing music, to be honest with you. So a lot of people love you guys and their music as well. I mean, the conjunto is just conjunto. You ain't gonna get any better than that. But this is top of the line. This is not your little $50 conjunto. You're a $500 band or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
$51.
Yeah. No, 51 and 50 cents. Okay.
Back in the day, making $30 for a gig, man,
for a 4-hour gig. Oof.
Yeah.
Wow. That was back in the day.
Back in the day.
I mean, I was so young, and you played for $30 when you're in school. You're the king in school, going to buy all these snacks and stuff.
Shoot, well, my dad's been in the industry 60 years. His days were 5 hours. You got one break in between. And I'm sure $20 was $1,000 back then, but I mean, still $20 sounded pretty low to play 5-hour gigs,
Yeah.
Oh, 5 hours. Yeah. Damn right.
Yeah. But that was the struggle, though. That was really playing for your livelihood,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're spoiled now.
Oh,
yeah. Well deserved, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We paid our dues.
I know you guys are kind of talking about memories, old school, and we talked about challenges and things like that. But what is the most memorable thing that for you guys as a group?
Rick,
as a group,
Yeah.
or individually,
I would say, or
As
maybe,
Feroz,
I don't think we've had too many memories so far, that are good.
Oh wow!
I mean, just being. I mean, as of now, the short time we've been together, this is a great group of guys. I've known Jose for years. I played with him in other groups also, and I've known him for years. And I've played with our bass player also for in a band also. So just being with this group of guys that I know. It makes it easier for me to come in and play make something that's gonna sound good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just that's one memory from one of the good things and memories for me is I get to play and be in a band with some good guys, some guys I've known for years, and some guys I just met, and right now it's going pretty good, and I hope it stays that way.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'll touch on that. That's true. speaking for Andrew, since he's from Dallas, I expected to come into a group with a whole bunch of guys from Dallas, people that I just don't know whatsoever. And so when he starts throwing names or just first names, I got a drummer named Rick. I got a bass player named Gilbert. I've got this guy playing the accordion. It's like, all right, and so you start really working, practicing again. You're like, before I meet up with these guys, I want to make sure that I got this in order and whatnot. And then, we get together, and we got together, and it was a gig. Like, there was no practice. There's no time for any of that. It's do your homework and then show up prepared. And It was, we're going to talk memories, right? My memorable with Feroz, because the gig was actually at the Omni Hotel in Corpus Christi with Jaime de Anda. So it's like, you really better show up ready to work. And so it's like the nerves are kicking because it's Jaime de Anda, opening up for Jaime, and then a bunch of guys that you've never met in your life. And then they start coming in, and it's like, Andrew, how you doing the whole bit? And then this is Rick, my drummer, and I look at Ricky, I'm like, dude, what are you doing here, man? Yeah. You're this drummer that's in the band. So you automatically start feeling
I told him you play ball.
And then the bass player starts walking in. It's like, man, you two, you're in this group. Oh man, we're headed down the wrong road for sure, man. But you're comfortable with all these guys. You've known them for years and years. It all fits like a glove, and it was just great. So yeah, that was probably the easiest gig that I've had in a very, very long time. Was able to walk in and see all these guys. Yeah,
so y'all were able to breathe on stage.
And have fun. It wasn't so robotic, It was let's let loose and let's jam. So pretty good.
That's some good stuff, man. Great story right there, man. Back over at Albany, CC, Texas. Back in my hometown, as a matter of fact. That's where I'm originally from, guys. Corpus Christi, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. So how well do you guys handle conflicts? You know what I mean? Do you guys bump heads every now and then? I mean, I know it's been a short time that you've been together, but when it comes into the studio or working and whatnot, I know you guys, I mean, again, you're very experienced, most of the entire band. So there's no, how do you say it? It's going to come about. There's no doubt where somebody's going to say, just like he mentioned earlier, like, oh yeah, I would have done it this way. That what Santiago would tell him, you know what I mean? But do y'all bump heads of any sort?
Well, I'll take it. I get this from my family because I say they critique a lot. I do critique a lot also. And there's been times where I've told Andrew, stuff. And I can hear in his voice, he's like, I mean, what are you talking about? But I like to be, I'm open to criticism. So I'm not really a confrontational person when it comes to music because I do still have a lot to learn. And whenever somebody critiques me, then, I don't take it to heart. I take what they're telling me, and there's no need to get upset. We're all trying to make each other better. And that's where that's me personally. That's where I'm coming from. But I don't know. I guess we lost Jose now, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's probably gonna have to log back in. I'm not sure what happened.
And then there was one.
He might have got a phone call or something.
Now you're making me sweat, Jose.
I know.
No, he should.
He said no more questions.
Yeah. They got me. I'm actually supposed to be asleep right now. I wake up at 4 a.m. to go to work. So.
Oh wow, yeah.
But,
so we got a few more minutes, not too long.
No, I'm good. I'm good. No, don't worry about it. I'm pretty good about waking up. It don't matter to me. It won't bother me.
That'll work. A big shout out going out to Mr. Rudy Rocha right there. Blessings, guys, right there from La Fiebre. Tuned into the show as well.
Awesome. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, tuned into the show right here on Tejano Time Podcast. Again, our guest tonight, we got Mr. Ricky La Garza, and I believe Jose is trying to log back in as soon as he does.
He's out. He's out in the country also, so he's probably lost connection or something. That's just like me. I'm out here. I live about maybe 20-25 miles from Jose. So he's south of me. So, and then like he said, everybody else is scattered and.
Right.
We always have to make a plan to where we're going to meet up or who's going to go with who and that type of stuff. But it's all good.
That is definitely so. We'll get him back on. I'm hoping to get him back here. But to touch base on where we started, Andrew's feeling a little under the weather, so he's not able to make the show tonight. Antonio is not able to make the show tonight. He's out on his. He's out and about and is not able to make the show tonight, but we'll definitely recap on that next week with him. But there's Jose. There he is. Let's see if we can get him back on here. Oh, I got him down there, but we'll get him back on here in a little bit. He's not showing up on the screen yet. But as soon as he does, we'll be more than happy to bring him back onto the screen, guys. So, yes, anything you got right now with us, Amanda? Anything off the top of your head? Because we're gonna play another song here in a bit.
Yeah, so I try to ask this question. What advice would you give to an up and coming Tejano artist, another band? What advice would you give them? We touched base on never giving up, be consistent, right? What advice would you give them?
Just stick with it. You know, if you really want to make something out of yourself, just don't give up. I mean, if you're in it, if you're in it for the long haul, I mean, you're gonna have to put in work. I mean, it's gonna take work. It's not just gonna be handed to you. You got to pay your dues. I mean, every now and then it helps to know somebody, and that's the way the business works. If you know somebody, it makes it easier. But if you're just an up and coming group where you're trying to start from the bottom, well, I mean, you just got to be relentless, because people are gonna come at you. They're gonna critique you. They're gonna try to tear you down. There's haters out there. They'll try to tear you down, and you just got to be, don't listen to that. Don't read comments in YouTube videos or don't read comments on Facebook. Or don't even go back and forth with somebody, because that makes you look bad, but they're gonna look bad also. But just be relentless. That's all I would say.
For sure. Networking is very important, Joe.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
For sure. Nowadays, that's what it's all about.
I've always said this. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Mm-hmm.
In this industry, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Obviously, you got to know something. But like you said, there's always that one person that you can get introduced to that could be that person that you needed to meet.
Yeah.
It's just it has to be your timing. It has to be your time.
And you got to respect everybody. You respect everybody, treat them like you want to be treated, and everybody's going to treat you the way you want to be treated. And that's what it comes down to, being respectful all the time.
Yes, we have some of the TikTok comments over here from La Dreamer. She says being consistent, exclusive floral creation. She said that part. Yeah, they're listening to what you guys are saying as well. So we got a lot of stuff going on over here. So that was a really good one.
For sure.
And be very consistent in social media, is what Joe says as well. That's a huge plus right there. I know there's
and like I said earlier, it's. I mean, I keep saying it, but it's not my thing to be on. Like, I'm on Facebook and stuff like that, but I don't like to be out in front of the camera or anything like that. I like this is the first podcast I'm doing with these guys. The other podcast that they had done, I didn't jump on, but this one I said, you know what, I'm gonna jump on this one, and
and now you're all doing it all.
Yeah, now I'm by myself, and I don't need these guys. What? I'll do.
You'll probably be on 2 or 3 more by the end of the month.
I know.
I think we got a gig on Friday. I think I'll have to ask for a little bit more.
A little bit more on there, on top of the gig for all the podcast appearances, right?
Yeah, we'll be in San Antonio on Friday night.
Great. Where y'all gonna be performing at in San Antonio?
We'll be at Mustang Sally's on Friday night. Oh shit.
Good deal. Mr. DJ Sip out there. Saludos from H-Town. He's right there. DJ Sip, what's up, my brother? Thank you for tuning in, man. Yes,
TDK just joined on TikTok. He said he was watching on YouTube, and he says hello.
Thank you. So yeah, we're going to be at Sally's. I'm sorry. I accidentally shut off my monitor. So we're going to be at Mustang Sally's. It's for a birthday party. Somebody's celebrating a birthday, but it's open to the public. It's going to be us, Feroz, Los Enmascarados, and a local group called Animo that are going to perform that night. So, anybody listening, you want to go out to Mustang Sally's, have a good time on Friday night, we'll be there.
Y'all heard it right here. Mustang Sally, San Antonio.
Friday night.
Well, we got one more song. We're going to play one more tune, guys, for everyone out there that's tuned into the show. Hermoso Cariño, when we touched bases on earlier. So let's get that song up there, and hopefully we can get to Jose back in here. We can close things out as soon as we got about 14 more minutes or so.
This Friday.
He jumped back in, but then his picture froze again, and then
he's probably having connection problems.
Yeah, so got to get him some more bars out there.
Yeah, he needs it, man. I'm gonna have to tell him to get with my provider.
All right, send the salesman to his house. He'll be all right. Check this out, guys. Right now, this is a new tune right here. That's one of their latest as well. Este Hermoso Cariño from Andrew Rodriguez y Feroz. Right here, Tejano Time. We'll be right back.
Hermoso cariño que Dios me ha mandado a ser destinado no más para mí. Precioso regalo del cielo ha llegado y que me ha colmado de dicha y amor. Ya estoy como un niño con nuevo juguete, contento y feliz. No puedo evitarlo y quiero gritarlo. Hermoso cariño que Dios me ha mandado, no más para mí. Hermoso cariño, ya estoy como un niño con nuevo juguete, contento y feliz. No puedo evitarlo y quiero gritarlo. Hermoso cariño que Dios me ha mandado, no más para mí.
Hermoso Cariño is the name of that track right there, and that is available on all digital platforms también. So go out there and stream it. And Jose has not been able to get back on, so no worries. I appreciate him taking the time to join us here on the show. También Andrew again was under the weather, so he did not make the show. For those of you that are joining us out there, so again, we'll get it back on in the future.
But Andrew, if you're listening, we're gonna name it Rick De La Garza y Feroz now. So.
Ándale, ya.
Nah.
He won't be performing Friday night, guys.
Yeah, that's what he's going to say.
He's going to be performing.
That's right. Yeah. You can catch him at Mustang Sally's Feroz Friday night this coming week, right? This Friday?
Yes, this Friday.
There you go.
We'll be out
San
there.
Antonio, guys.
So anybody that's not heard us in San Antonio and ready to go have a listen, we'll be there. I don't know exactly what time we start, but there's a couple of other groups out there, and it's party all night.
Awesome. TDK said, what? Name change?
Yeah.
¿Ya se cambiaron?
I'm going to change it on the flyer here in a bit.
He's going to put that flyer out soon.
There you go. Just, so Ricky, man, we appreciate you taking the time, to join us here, man. For sure. Always, anytime. The door is always open for you guys, anybody out there as well. We'll get Jose back on here very, very soon. Again with this, Andrew. So there's no doubt about that. We'll get him a future date también. So as soon as he's all better and well, hopefully he'll be making. Again, he went in for a steroid shot también to try to do some things up. So he's got a performance on Friday night también. So
hopefully he can get better before then, but I'm sure he will, and we'll be out there rocking, like I said.
Yeah. There you go. Awesome. So, and to everybody that was watching all over the social media, man, everybody that's watching on our YouTube channel también as well, saludos, thank you so much. And everybody también that tuned in on Facebook, all right, thank you so much. Tejano TV as well. So big shout out to everybody out there. We're streaming it live there as well. Go out and stream the music from Andrew Rodriguez y Feroz, guys. It's available on all streaming platforms. So go out there and add it to your playlist while you can, guys. All right, it's there for you.
Sure.
And Any one more question for you, Ricky? I know you guys got a new single that's going to be dropping next month. I'm not sure the name of the song or anything like that, but any more videos in the works for any more of the future projects?
As far as that single, I don't know the name of the song yet. We haven't decided on which song is going to be the single coming out yet. I think in the next maybe week or so, we're going to decide which one's going to be released for the single, and then I'm sure Jose can answer whenever. Jose's got something in the works for as far as videos. He's also a video. He makes videos and stuff like that. Wow. So he's in charge of that. So I'm sure, he's got some ideas that he's ready to put out there, and I'm sure there will be another video.
Oh yeah, coming pretty soon. For sure. So just stay tuned, guys, and follow these guys on social media as well. Andrew, RODRIGUEZY, Feroz. Look them up and give them a follow. You don't have any booking information on hand with you? Right?
As of right now, I don't have it on me.
But they can find it on social media.
Yeah, on social media. I think the Facebook is Feroz Official. You can look that up, and I think all the booking information is on there. Or contact Jose on our on Tejano Obscuro Facebook, because he's the booking. He'll do all the booking and stuff like that. So Tejano Obscuro on Facebook, and look, the information should be there.
There you go. Wonderful. Amazing. So be on the lookout for those guys, man. It's going to be coming your way to a town near you guys. It's Andrew, RODRIGUEZY, Feroz. Amanda, you have your mic muted. Is that me or is that you?
That was me.
Okay. So yes, so a big shout out to Antonio, Antonio J. Well, we're talking about Antonio V. Just made it in, so sorry and saludos. So no worries, Tony. We got you, man. Next week.
Yes, sir.
He'll be hosting all by himself next week. That's right. But don't forget to join us next week right here on Tejano Time Podcast. Hilda Lamas will be on the show next week, 8 p.m. You don't want to miss that, so stay tuned for that as well, all right? And don't forget to follow, like, and share the show tonight. Thank you so much, each and every one of you that tuned into the show. Again, Anthony. I'm Anthony. I know because you're your brother. But Ricky, thank you so much, brother, for being on the show.
Thank you for having us again. We appreciate it.
Yes, looking forward to the next. So next time, make sure they get you on as well with us here.
Yes,
and we'll get the entire team on here, so that way we can get the people familiarized with the band, familiarized with the fans out there.
We'll have everybody on next.
Yeah.
Yes, sure. Absolutely.
And a big shout out to Jose, who was I'm sure struggling out there.
He just sent me a text right now. I think I'm not even gonna read it.
Okay.
It's
all about you right now, right?
Yeah, it's all about me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear excuses. Thank y'all for having us, and have fun on here. Thank y'all.
No problem. I appreciate you. Amanda, any last words, Amanda?
I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Ricky. It was a pleasure meeting you. I hope I get to meet you guys in person soon. Thank you so much for being a great sport. You took over this interview. You rocked it.
Thank you. I appreciate
it so much.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having us.
All right. And you guys want to book him on your show, feel free to reach out to him on social media. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ricky. Have a great night, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.